Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and in this video, I'm going to help you out with your kitchen Christmas list. Very often, I am asked some sort of variation on the question, what is your favorite kitchen gadget or appliance, or what is one that you absolutely can't live without? So for the sake of this video, I put together a list of 10 appliances or gadgets that either I didn't have or didn't know about 10 years ago, but really wouldn't want to be without. Now, I am excluding from this list some of the things that I think are kind of obvious, like an oven or stove, pots and pans, utensils, those sort of things. Also, this list is not ranked like from 1 to 10 or 10 to 1, and the things that I cover in it, while they may not be my favorite things, they are the things that get the most use in my kitchen. So let's start off with an IR thermometer gun. I love this thing. Whether you're calibrating your oven, checking the temperature of your grill, checking the temperature of cast iron, this is a great way to check temperature from a distance. Now initially, due to COVID, these things were sold out. This is like not for using on humans. This is for using on food. Yet they were still all selling out. They should be back in stock now. And I will include the links for this and everything that I talk about down below in the description. So I mentioned that the IR thermometer is great for getting a temp on cast iron. Another great tool for cast iron is this, a ring mail scrubber. If you've ever tried to get, especially the day after, all the gunk and stuff off of cast iron, this thing is an absolute dream. It gets rid of all the crusties while leaving all the seasoning. You'll have a nice, beautiful piece of cast iron. I've had some of you compliment my cast iron when you see it in videos, and maybe in one of my future videos, I'll do one specifically on how I take care of my cast iron and have it looking tip-top. This next wonderful little tool that you've likely seen in some of my videos is called a bench scraper. This is wonderful for clearing off your cutting board, whether it's to transport something from the cutting board to a pan or just clear off gunk. It's also great for portioning out dough. It's probably the least expensive of the tools that I'm going to cover and worth every single penny. Next, we have the pogo whisk. I've sometimes erroneously called this a plunger whisk. If you look up plunger whisk on Amazon, generally you find something a little bit cheaper. This is the one you want, the pogo whisk. It's a bit more expensive, but the spring in it is fantastic. I love this thing for beating eggs, mixing up sweet chaffles, pretty much anything you can do in a Pyrex measuring cup. Love, love, love this. When it comes to heavier blending though, I love my immersion blender. This is the Cuisinart. It comes with two different attachments. It comes with the blender attachment and also a whisk attachment if you want to make a big mess trying to do dalgona coffee. What I love about an immersion blender is it allows you to blend in whatever vessel you're cooking or preparing food in. So if you've got a sauce on the oven, rather than transport that to a blender and blend it and put it back, you just blend it right in the pot. It's also very cool for making mayo, right in a mason jar. Next is my Cuisinart mini food processor. It's just wonderful for small jobs. Now, I've got a bigger one. I've got a 14 cup for doing major jobs like shredding cheese or making dough. But for the most part, on quick little weekday meals, this thing is an absolute workhorse. It gets the job done. Great for making chaffles. Another thing that I use daily is this power frother. This is what I use to mix collagen or MCT oil into my coffee. So I generally make 3 cups at a time. I put them all in my Yeti. I add my powder, dunk this in, and blends up in a jiff. If you have never cooked sous vide, it is amazing. There are so many applications for sous vide. The biggest and most obvious is making just amazing, amazing steaks. But you can also do things like low temperature pasteurization and canning. You can make eggs. You can make hollandaise sauce in a bag. You can make the most delicate, wonderful vegetables. And in the past few years, sous vide has really kind of come into the consumer price range. There's a lot of great units out there. Anova makes a great one. I use the Joule. I was actually part of the Kickstarter for that, so I feel a little bit of an emotional attachment. But it's amazing now the size of immersion circulators and just how accurately you can cook with them. I mean, this is small enough, you just put it in a kitchen drawer. Or I could if this weren't full of spatulas and stuff. Plus, with the app that it comes with, you can do visual cooking. Just pick something on an app, pick a particular cut of meat, take a look at pictures and see how you like it done, set it, and forget it. Another great item for your kitchen is a multi-cooker, and I am sure that there are going to be a ton of them on sale over the course of Black Friday through Christmas. And two of the biggest players are Instant Pot and Ninja. I honestly love them both. They are both really great brands. I have had nothing but success with either of them on any of their products. There are so many varieties of these, it would really be impossible for me to review them all. There's 4-in-1s and 5-in-1s and 6-in-1s and 9-in-1s. My advice to you is to take a look at both the Foodie line by Ninja as well as the various Instant Pot products and just kind of decide how many appliances could I replace with this. So for example, when I got my Instant Pot, I was able to get rid of my yogurt maker, I was able to get rid of my smaller crock pot, I was able to get rid of a rice cooker, and I don't have to bring my old-fashioned pressure cooker upstairs anymore from down in the basement when I want to do canning or pressure cooking because it's got a pressure cooking feature. If you're looking at something like an air crisper, what extra features do you want in that? Do you want the ability to bake? Do you want the ability to grill? So give some thought to what you would be using most and what appliances you might be able to replace and sort of downsize with in a multi-cooker. And I will include links for both the Instant Pot line and the Foodie line down below in the description. For the 10th and final item that I'm going to share with you, this one truly is one I wouldn't want to be without. It is one that shows up in pretty much every cooking video that I do, and that is my booze block cutting board. This thing is a monster. I mean, it is just huge, and it is heavy, and it is glorious. And it's actually a little bit of a workout showing in a video. But when I bought this thing and my wife saw it, her first response was, where are we going to put that? How are we going to store that? And the answer is, this becomes a centerpiece in your kitchen. This thing has not left my island in my kitchen since I bought it. It is part of our kitchen now. It is far better than working on individual little cutting boards. This, like I said, I can't describe it any more than that. This is like the centerpiece of my kitchen. And I absolutely love it. I abuse it, and then I baby it. About once or twice a year, I carve aside a little bit of time and really give it some TLC and get it back into tip-top shape. But this is the sort of thing that probably next to my cast iron, which I've really got in fantastic shape, if I lost my booze board, I would be heartbroken, truly. So that's going to be it for this video. I may do another one between now and Christmas where I look at some slightly more obscure items. I mean, obviously you should all get some Dash Minis and make some chaffles, and if you can get your hands on that bundt cake maker, that one's pretty cool too. But in a subsequent video, I'll do some maybe slightly more niche type items that I think are especially cool, but maybe not for everyone. So if you enjoyed this video or found it at all helpful, please click on that like button. If you're not a subscriber, click that subscribe button. Even if you're not keto, we do some fun stuff here in the kitchen. Just make sure to hit that bell and turn on all notifications. And lastly, if you want to help out the Serious Keto Test Kitchen, click that join button and see what memberships and perks are all about. Thanks for watching.